everybody, and welcome to 2022 and another scrimper fretworking video. I just thought I'd show you a few of the items I made just before Christmas in case they're of interest to anybody. Now the first thing I want to show you is this little Christmas greetings frame. The only trouble with making things like this is that of course they're only of any use at Christmas really, but this one is an old hobbyist design. I created it from a drawing in one of their old annuals, and I think it's really nice actually. I found that lettering a bit tricky to cut out, as always. Lettering's the worst thing to do, but you can either put it on a backing like that bit of green card I've put there, or of course if you put it, I'll just lift it up so you can see through. I don't know how you can see that, but if you put it on a window or something it shows up quite nicely. I made 3 of these. I gave one each to my 2 daughters. And they displayed them at Christmas, and I've got this spare one for myself, but don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll put it away somewhere and then I won't be able to find it next Christmas, will I? This was the next item that I made prior to Christmas. Now I made 3 of these again. I cut them all at the same time. This is an old Handicraft design from an old Handicraft catalogue. I didn't have the design again, and I created this by drawing it all out meticulously on using Photoshop. There's quite a lot of work doing all these things. I do alter them slightly, but it's quite nice to make something at a, you know, when you haven't got the original pattern, to try and create it. And of course you can alter it a little bit to suit your own means. As I said, I made 3 of these, and again I gave one each to my daughter for Christmas. The original design didn't have this backing on. I made this up out of a bit of mahogany, and then I went around the edges with my router just to tidy it up a bit, and it doesn't look too bad actually. I would have rather the plywood was a bit lighter like this, but unfortunately that's the way it came out when I put the varnish on, but never mind, it looks quite nice. In actual fact the ones I gave my daughters were a bit lighter, but I kept this one for myself. This design, obviously you can see it's Home Sweet Home. You see, I think it's quite nice actually. You got Home Sweet Home there, and a tiny little design there which I found difficult to cut, and then you got a little seal on the top, and I've made a little stand. Originally it was actually a pipe rack. Hobbies did a lot of pipe. Smoking was quite popular before the 1950s, and hobbies were always doing designs for smoking cabinets and smoke racks. This was before people realised the dangers of smoking, and it was actually advertised as a relaxing pastime, you know, having a cigarette, and they did loads of pipe racks. Well, what I do, I make them and I put a little shelf on rather than the holes for the pipes. But I've always liked that. I've always fancied doing it, but I didn't have the design. So I'm going to show you where I got the design from now. So this is the Hobby's Handbook that I got the actual design from. It's dated 1927, and it's quite rare actually. You don't see many of these about. There are quite a few available for annuals after the war years. And there are a few during the war years. They're quite popular and there's quite a lot about, but previous to World War II they're quite difficult to obtain. You know, anything before 1930 are quite rare. Anyway, I'll just open it and show you the particular page. We'll go for the brackets and cabinets. Look, they did a huge number of designs. I've got a bit of card in there, so I'll find it there. There we go. Now there you see that's all I had to work from, that tiny little picture there. And what I did, I scanned that in with my scanner, that tiny picture, and then I blew it up on Photoshop, and then I went round every single piece and drew it. It was very difficult where the pipe was because I couldn't see the design behind, so I had to make something up for that. So, and I'll show you what I did for that in a moment. So that's what I started with, that tiny little design there. And I spent quite a bit of time on it because I fancied doing it. This is my, this is a design sheet I created. As you can see, these are the letterings, and this is the actual, this isn't the actual scale of it. And then this one here, this shows the back piece of the design. And then I made a stand and everything. I'll show you all the parts in a moment so you'll see how I made it. These are all the various parts. As you can see, this is the backing part of the design. I have used some license in artist license, you might say. I altered it slightly because I couldn't see some of this part of the design because it was covered by that on the picture, but it's not too bad, I don't think. I made that a bit of mahogany or mahogany look-alike that I glued together, and made the backing for it. And then I've got the little castle piece here, you see. You can put it on either way round if you like. That sort of fits on there. That's a bit of plywood. And I think that's quite nice actually, that castle on. And then you've got the little shelf here which fits underneath. I haven't sanded these, by the way. And then these little shelf brackets. I had to design all these myself because obviously you couldn't see from the picture, but I've just used a standard sort of thing that I drew out and I use on several designs. Those fit on like that. I'll take that off so you can see better. And then you've got the words home. And there's sweet, that goes up there somewhere. And then home, that one goes there, you see. And then I've made up this little design here that fits underneath the shelf and in between the two brackets. And I'm honest with you, that was very tricky to cut out. It's very, very tiny. And as you can see, this is the bit of the design that was missing. So what I actually did, I took a little bit of the design here and then I altered it slightly, as you can see. And I put it down here to replace what was in there. But I couldn't see that because in the picture there was a pipe in front of it. So, you know, I had to guess. So I thought, oh, that looks quite nice. But my God, that was a tricky thing to cut. It's so tiny and very, very delicate. Here you can see it's going to snap off it. That's why I put a bit of sellotape on the back temporary to hold it. Because I'm sure as eggs is eggs, that's going to snap off there. And I should have altered it actually and made it go a bit farther, a bit fatter in the design. That's my designing skills. The thing is, what I've done, I've made this a bit smaller than the actual original size it was. Because if you make them too big, like a pipe rack, it takes up a lot of room and on the wall and everything. So I tried to make it as compact as possible, while make it still reasonable. This is a little stand I made up. Again, I hadn't got the original design or anything for it, so I made this up. I just made the two pieces like that, you see, and then I just fitted the thing on there. As you can see from this picture here, here's the stand round here, look. I glued it all together. I use super glue to glue it together because it's the easiest way. The only part that I've screwed is the actual stand. So there you have it basically. So that's the last real piece I've made just before Christmas. And I'm quite pleased with that actually. I'm not usually pleased with the things I make. I think it's quite nice. I've always fancied making that, but I say I've never had the design before, so now I'm happy I've got it. And what I'm going to do, as I've mentioned in many of my videos, as soon as I can get my website working, I'm going to put these designs on and people can download them freely, and if they want to, I'd like them to do that. You know, I want to keep the designs alive. Now I spent the time, it takes me quite a few hours to do these, and I want to keep them going because a lot of them have disappeared, you see, as I've mentioned in a lot of my other videos what's happened to them. And I'll just put that away. Now before I go, I'll just show you a few of the other designs I've made recently. If you're a regular to my channel, you've already seen them, but I will just go through them just in case you haven't seen them. I made this one the other week, and I quite like this. This is a chicken bracket, and again, it was exactly the same as the last one. All I had was a little picture in the, I think that was a Hobbies design. Some of them are Handicrafts. I think it was in Hobbies design, but I won't swear to it. And I drew it all out, and I quite like that one. And I made two versions of it. I made a light wood one, as you can see, and a dark wood one. I think I've made a video, if I remember right, I've made a video showing I made this, which you can find on my channel. But I quite like that design as well, actually. So that's that one. And then I also made this one. This little sort of, I think it's a mountain goat. I thought it was a deer when I cut it, but it's actually, I think it's a goat. Some sort of mountain goat. So I made that one in plywood with a little shelf again. And then I made this one in hardwood and I put a backing on it. But to be fair, most people like the lightwood ones best. When I show them, you know, either one and which one do you like best, and they always say, well, I like the lightwood. It shows up better. But and the next thing I made was this, a rather nice design again. And this is a Handicraft design this time. This is a butterfly bracket. And again, I've made a whole video on this. In fact, I've even made a bit of video showing how I created the design from a picture, which you'll find on my channel. And again, there's two versions of it. There's a dark wood one and a light wood one. And I have to say, the light wood one does show up the best. I think it's the nicest. But it's quite a nice design, that, isn't it? Again, they're not exactly as they were originally. I've altered them slightly to make it easier probably to cut. And then I've got this one, I one of my favourites. I've done a video on this one as well. This is my giraffe bracket. This was the Handicraft design. And as I say, I have to make some of it up because you can't, it's only a picture flat on a book, and you can't see the shelf designs and that, so I sort of make them up. But I quite like that, although it's a bit fiddly to cut out. And I did two of those as well, a dark wood one and a light wood one. I'm going to show you with these two eagle type, I think they're or vultures or buzzards, I don't know what they are, brackets. I made a pair of these. I didn't make them to make it as a pair, actually. What I made was, I made them as two separate things. I cut them together, you understand, but you'll see one's made of a bit of oak, and the other one's made of a bit of ramming wood, it was just some scrap wood I had, and I just wanted to see the difference between the two. But thinking about it, if I'd have made them both of oak or both of ramming, I'd have had a matching pair, wouldn't I? Which would have been quite nice, because you could put one either side of the fireplace. I mean, I can still do that, but they are slightly different. This one's got a bit of significance because this particular piece of oak is a piece of an old fireplace that was in my house, and a few years back we had a fire and nearly set the room on fire, nearly set the house on fire actually. The fireplace caught fire overnight and set the room ablaze, and this was a bit of the fireplace, and I, being a scrimper, I didn't want to waste it, so I cut all the burnt parts off and kept what there was, and I made this bracket from some of it. The way I've made these is I've used the old Hobby's Handicraft way of dovetailing it there, so that instead of cutting one long piece out, I've cut it out of two pieces and then joined it together, and the dovetail is hidden by the little shelf. But you know, I think it's quite pleasing. My wife doesn't like those because it's got a bird of prey on it, and she doesn't like birds of prey because they catch other birds, you see. But I say, it's the design, isn't it? It's got a nice little design. Anyway, I think that's about it. I think I've showed you all I've made in the last couple of months. Well, thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much to the people who've subscribed. I've now got 3,000 subscribers, which is quite amazing, really. It's a hell of a lot more than I expected, I can tell you, because what happened was, originally I didn't plan to do any videos on YouTube or anything. I'd never done it before, and I made these whirligigs, and I made a particular one which I think it was a woodpecker whirligig or something, and somebody on one of the woodworking forums asked to see if they could have a picture or a video of it working, and I thought, well, how can I do that? And I thought, I know, I'll stick it on YouTube. And I made this video. It's still on there. It's only about 15 seconds or something, and I put this video on to show people, and amazingly people started watching this thing, and it was just a video of it working. And I thought, well, I'll do another one, and that's how it's gone from there right up to today. And I'm making all these videos about all sorts of things. Most of them are niche videos. They're not of interest to many people, but there are people out there who seem to like them. And I've got people who are watching all over the world, which is nice, you know. And I've had messages from Brazil and Peru and Korea and all over the places I've never even heard of, and I think it's really nice. And I really like to read the comments as well. Thanks very much for all the comments. Anyway, I've jabbered on enough. I do too much talking, I know that. So I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye, folks.